Life doesn't come with a manual, and let's be real, it wouldn't stick even if it did. Plans change, challenges pop up, and success, well, it's reserved for those who can adapt and keep moving forward. Adaptability, it isn't just about having all the answers. It's about staying open to the unknown. It's the skill that keeps you standing when the ground beneath you starts to shift. Think of it like this, it's a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger that it gets. Whether it's a career pivot, a last-minute project shift, or even a personal challenge, adaptability turns obstacles into opportunities. The trick, you ask? Stop fighting change and start working with it. The truth is, adaptability, it isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving. It's what turns setbacks into comebacks and pushes you to grow in ways you've never imagined. Speaking of adaptability and career pivoting, check out this week's thought leader. Inspired by his mother, but blazing his own path to affect change. Tap in with this Director of Workforce Development leader as he shares his personal setbacks and passion for helping others. So when life throws you curveballs, don't resist, adjust your stance, swing. Your ability to adapt is going to be your superpower. Let's flex to this one.
Hello, my name is Geoffrey Roche. I have the privilege of serving as the North America Director of Workforce Development at Siemens Healthineers, and I'm the son of a nurse and have been privileged to serve in both healthcare and education, leading with purpose and heart, with a firm commitment to transform communities and transform organizations. I'm also the father of 3 amazing sons, ages 9, 7, and 4, and I'm so excited to be here with you. Without question, I was certainly inspired to pursue the path that I'm on in terms of healthcare, certainly with the influence of my mother. As the son of a nurse, I can vividly remember at age 5, my mother earning her associate's degree in nursing and beginning her nursing career. Certainly that influence was there without question. As I continued in college, did a field study in the senior year of my academic time, I had an opportunity to do a semester-long internship at a healthcare system where I got to learn more about the leadership and administrative opportunities that existed in healthcare. And really in that experience, it made my eyes open to the opportunity to want to serve in healthcare. I then went on and served as a hospital administrator for over a decade. And it was really in that role where I continued to learn my passion for culture, organizational change, workforce development, and really partnering to make change and innovation happen. And so, without question, my vision has continued to evolve in a very positive way in all the work that I do today, but it definitely goes back to that influence. I would say that I define personal and professional success in a couple ways. One of which is certainly impact and outcomes that I'm a part of in the work that I do. For example, if I set goals for myself, whether they're annual or they're quarterly, seeing that those goals get accomplished is an example where I could certainly call it personal or professional success. I would also say that, in the work that we do, we can also look back, reflect, and certainly through feedback from others, see where personal and professional success happens as well. I particularly balance the two, probably in an interesting way. To be honest with you, I definitely mix in many ways my personal and professional life because the work that I do is not necessarily work. It's really my life's mission. It's my life's purpose. And so in many ways, I balance the two in that I integrate them. So as you heard me share, I serve as the North America Director of Workforce Development at Siemens Healthineers. I think there's many different misconceptions that individuals may have regarding the med tech industry. And that can range from various different aspects to, it's an industry that has medical equipment sales and such. But let me tell you why I consider myself privileged to serve in an organization like Siemens Healthineers. I myself am an individual that lives to this day because of a medical device. For many years, I faced many challenges with what is called sinus bradycardia. On Valentine's Day of February 2020, I had a pacemaker inserted that actually was made by Medtronic. That pacemaker keeps me alive every day, makes sure that my heart continues to beat in a healthy manner. That's my why of why I consider myself privileged to serve in a global medtech organization. Because I know that organizations like Siemens also enable breakthroughs in medicine sustainably for everyone everywhere. And when I think about the work that I do, it's truly rooted in that. When I think about a time where I faced a significant challenge or setback, I'll go back to when my healthcare organization particularly was acquired by another larger healthcare organization. Ultimately, that change led to my position as a director being eliminated as part of a restructuring that impacted other directors. As you can imagine, that was a job that I served in for nearly 10 years, a job that I loved, a job that I had just come to really see more as a vocation as compared to work. That was a setback and certainly a challenge. And I navigated through it with incredible support from colleagues and family and friends. And I also realized in the journey that while that part of my chapter had ended, I was just getting started with additional chapters. And what was most important is that I would take the time to learn and reflect on what I learned during my tenure there in order to continue to move forward in a very positive direction. I want to first off thank you so much for this opportunity. And I also want to encourage all of you to connect with me on LinkedIn. You can look for Geoffrey M. Roche on LinkedIn. You'll see me there with my headline, Son of a Nurse Leading with Heart and Purpose. Always happy to connect and share in this amazing journey with you.
Welcome to Texas Today. I'm Kristen Dickerson. U.S. veteran Patrick Hart embodies discipline, leadership, and tenacity. Now a speaker and author, he draws on his military experience to help others overcome adversity and achieve success. In his latest book, Hustle to the Top, a modern guide to scaling your career growth, Patrick shares tips for dominating the professional world. Patrick joins us to share more about his journey and his book, and he's just a delight to be around already. It's so nice to be with you, Patrick.
Hey, listen, it's awesome to be here. Welcome, world. Hey.
Oh, so thrilled. So let's start off with your military service.
Sure.
Tell us about yourself.
Yeah, so like many young kids growing up, you're like, I'm looking for opportunities after the military. So after high school. So I joined the military right after high school. I joined the Army, and I spent 6 years in the Army. I was a helicopter mechanic, and I was blessed with a great opportunity to see many states here in the United States, but explore several different countries overseas. Also did 2 tours overseas during 9/11. So my experience was absolutely phenomenal. I'm blessed to be here to share my story with you and other people as well.
Yes, thank you for your service. And I'm so curious how that experience now translates to you helping other people.
Yeah, so what a lot of people already know that the military, they're gonna set you straight, right? There's dress right dress, but you understand leadership qualities in the military. The other thing you learn is how to empower people, and that's so important because we have a mission in the military, and the mission is to protect our country.
Yeah.
And if you're going to protect your country as a young leader, you need to understand how to influence and impact other people underneath your leadership, right?
Yes.
And so the empowerment piece was what I learned more than anything. How to position people, how to understand people's visions, how to use their visions to affect the greater good and the purpose that we have in the U.S. Army or our branches of service.
Yeah, and now using that to help people with their career growth. Let's talk about your book, Hustle to the Top.
Yeah, Hustle to the Top is just a modern version to helping people scale and elevate themselves in today's time. I wanted to make sure that I'm current with the trends of today. So some of the things you're going to get is just strategies for how to elevate, go beyond where you are today.
Yeah.
Some of the tips that we talk about is like networking, personal branding, understanding what that hustle mindset is all about, and then allowing yourself, not only position yourself, but allowing yourself to take on new responsibilities so you can position yourself to have conversations like these.
Incredible. And let's take a deeper dive into some more of the tips that are in your book, including setting ambitious goals.
Yes.
Okay.
So I love this right here, setting ambitious goals. So many times we'll set a goal, right? And those goals are fairly achievable, but I want to scare the crap out of you. I really do. Your goal should be so big that you're almost scared to write it down.
Yeah, like impossible.
You know, you're like I don't even want to share this with anybody because it's so freaking big, right?
Yeah.
And that's what setting ambitious goals is about. I want you to set goals that maybe no one else in your family has ever accomplished before.
Wow.
Maybe you've never seen anyone else in your circle of influence actually go after before.
Yeah.
That's setting ambitious goals.
And you don't have to know how to get there.
That's the key part. No, you do not.
Okay.
I mean, with the age of social media now, everything is out there, right?
Yeah.
So I help you understand how to learn from others so you can accomplish those ambitious goals, those goals that just greater than what you've ever envisioned.
That's
before.
so fun. Okay, overcoming obstacles with resilience is another tip.
Yeah, that's a big one. So Resilience is one of those things that is one of those words, it looks nice on paper, it sounds great, but what exactly is resilience?
Yeah.
Resilience is actually when you hit the ground, what do you do now?
You just gain some resilience.
I mean, actually what you've gained is understanding that, I hit the ground, now what do I do? Do I stay on the ground or do I get back up?
Yeah.
And resilience is actually that growth where you're changing your mindset. Okay, I hit the ground, now what do I do? And that's where, overcoming those obstacles with resilience, that's where you bounce back. That's how do you bounce back? And we talk about that in the book.
Okay, let's try to get one more tip in. Make a positive impact.
This is important. This is extremely important to me because the world is big. And, I like to make sure that as I inspire other people, that we create a lane and a path for other people to follow. We understand that we're not going to be here forever, right? So while I'm here, I'm hustling to the top. But I also want to leave room for other people to hustle as well. So that's what Make an Impact is about, giving back so it can actually help you elevate.
Wow. And how else do you help other people?
I help other people elevate several different ways, right?
Okay.
You can always tap into my company website. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. But in my newsletter that I have on LinkedIn, I spotlight people like you and I. They're on that hustler's journey. People that look like you and I that have actually accomplished things within their own personal journey as well. So that's one thing. The other thing too is the last 17 years, I've been donating blood, platelets, and plasma to our very own Metroplex right here, Carter Blood Care. So shout out Carter Blood Care. I know they love me. I'm getting all these calls all the time. Apparently I got great blood, right? They call me all the time, but I've done it totally free, 17 years. I figured if I don't have anything financially to give, what can I give? And I can actually donate some of my time and resources that I have.
Oh, it's such inspiration, yes. Okay, you also have a podcast. You're a busy guy. You've got a podcast as well.
Hey, listen, I'm the number one hustler out there. I am the number one hustler out there. So like I said, the newsletter, I got the podcast. The podcast is titled Health Hustle Chronicles, right?
Okay.
And so the focus was really about inspiring other people within the healthcare segment to elevate beyond where they were, right?
Yeah.
We found back in the pandemic that a lot of people were leaving the space for various different reasons. And then on my journey through elevation in that corporate world, I was looking around and I was like, man, these people seem so uninspired. And so I created this podcast to really help you tap back into that hustle. Your hustle can put you in positions that other people may have not been able to put you in and create opportunities for you. So if you focus on that hustle, then that hustle can help you get to that next level. So we can hustle together.
I love that. I kind of want to flex a little bit. Thank you, Patrick.
Flex,
it looks way better on you than me.
Let's hustle
I got to do
together.
the work.
Yeah.
Such a pleasure chatting with you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Stay connected with Patrick by following him on Instagram at pat_Hart45 to explore the services he offers. Check out pdpmedia.com. And don't forget to grab a copy of his book on Amazon.
Change, it's inevitable, but how you handle it determines your success. Flexibility isn't about being passive. It's about staying grounded while adjusting to the unexpected. Start by reframing your mindset. Instead of seeing change as a disruption, view it as a chance to learn, grow, and maybe even innovate. Each twist, in turn, is an opportunity to show how resourceful you can be. Focus on what you can control. When things shift, zero in on the task and decisions within your power. It helps you feel anchored while you navigate new territory. Communication, it's key. Whether it's a team project, a new manager, or a career pivot, keeping that conversation open ensures that you stay on the same page as those around you. And let's talk about resilience. Because flexibility, it thrives on it. When challenges arise, remind yourself of past obstacles that you've overcome. That's proof you've got what it takes to adjust and thrive. Finally, give yourself grace. No one has it all figured out. Staying flexible means you're open to figuring it out as you go. And that's where growth happens. The key to adapting isn't avoiding change, it's learning to move with it. Flexibility lets you bend without breaking and keeps you, guess what? Moving forward, no matter what. We'll flex to this one as well.
Sometimes life throws curveballs that feel impossible to hit. That was the case for one young marketing professional. She had landed her dream job at a top agency, pouring her heart into every campaign. But after 3 years of hard work, a sudden merger left her without a role. At first, the loss was devastating. She felt like her career was over before it had even begun. But after allowing herself time to grieve, she decided to shift her focus. Instead of dwelling on what was lost, she thought about what could be gained. She began reaching out to mentors and colleagues, asking for advice and insights about what was next. One mentor suggested she use her downtime to sharpen her skills, so she took a few online courses to learn about emerging trends in digital marketing. Another contact encouraged her to attend networking events, where she met people from industries she had never even considered. One of those connections turned out to be a game changer. A startup founder she met over coffee mentioned they needed help crafting their brand story. While it wasn't a traditional agency job, she saw it as an opportunity to test her skills in a new way. The startup became her launchpad. She learned how to adapt quickly, wear multiple hats, and think like an entrepreneur. Over time, she helped them build a marketing team from the ground up. The experience reignited her passion and taught her to approach challenges creatively. Today, she's the founder of her own consultancy, helping small businesses find their voice and thrive in competitive markets. She often says that losing her job wasn't the end of her career, it was the beginning of something even better. Her story reminds us that setbacks are only permanent if you let them be. With the right mindset, every challenge can become a stepping stone to something greater.
Adaptability isn't just about handling big, unexpected life changes. It's also about making small adjustments in your daily routine to build resilience and flexibility. This week's challenge is designed to help you strengthen your adaptability muscle, one simple step at a time. First, commit to stepping out of your comfort zone each day. It doesn't have to be a giant leap. Maybe it's trying a new route to work, tackling a task you've been avoiding, or attending a meeting and offering a suggestion. The goal is to train your brain to see change as an opportunity instead of a threat. Next, embrace feedback. Ask someone you trust for constructive criticism on a recent project or decision. Listening to different perspectives helps you see situations from multiple angles and sharpens your ability to adapt. Another way to practice is by breaking a routine. If you always start your day checking emails, switch it up. Try setting priorities first or brainstorming creative ideas before diving into your inbox. These small tweaks can spark fresh thinking and help you stay flexible. Lastly, keep a change journal. At the end of each day, jot down one unexpected challenge you faced and how you handled it. Over time, you'll notice patterns and start to see how your adaptability skills are growing. Remember, adaptability isn't about being perfect. It's about being open, curious, and willing to grow. Practice these steps daily and watch how your confidence in navigating change starts to soar.
Welcome to Health Hustle Chronicles, where the grind meets growth in the world of healthcare. This ain't your typical podcast. I'm here to shine light on the talent that's out there hustling every day. Introduce you to coaches who can level up your game and break down exactly how you can climb the ladder in this industry. Whether you're just stepping in or already in the trenches, I'm going to give you the real deal on how to elevate beyond the road and claim what's yours. I'm talking about unlocking opportunities that seem hidden, finding leadership when it feels like no one's got your back, and building a roadmap to success even when the path ain't clear. From time management to battling self-doubt, lack of mentorship, to the struggle of getting noticed. I get it. I've been there. And I'm going to bring you that hustle mindset with every episode so you can take that next step towards career growth and wealth. If you're ready to go beyond surviving and start thriving in healthcare, then this podcast is for you. It's time to hustle harder, grow smarter, and elevate together. Let's get it, hustlers.